For decades, you were called sick. You were called dirty. You were called morally inferior. You were driven to the depths of despair, to the limits of human suffering and more. You were a part of the legacy of defeatism, the legacy of broken hearts and broken minds, as you grappled to make sense of your existence, and as you dwelt in fear for your life, and fear for the unknown.
They say homosexuality is an affront to the values of family. But what is more devastating than losing your child to the hatred of the world, to the denial of a parent's loving embrace, simply because of how Allah created them to love? What is more unjust to the values of family than to force your child to marry someone they cannot love?
What is more sinful than to deny a person the right to have a relationship with their Maker, to deny them a world where they are embraced by their family and loved ones?
Some of us survived. Some of us are still surviving. Some of us hoped we would make it, while some of us didn't. Can one quantify human suffering, the ache of the soul for purpose and repose, the denial of a relationship with our Maker, the loss of livelihood to the shackles of hatred and bigotry?
Scholars have now come around. Allah is perfectly just, they now say. Allah doesn't punish what Allah creates. Allah punishes injustice against other human beings, they conclude. They reassure us that oppression of the homosexual by word or by action is haram. We are willing to rethink our position on homosexuality, they say.
There is hope. I hear my heart cry at long last. There is hope, but my heart breaks in a different kind of way today. How many oceans shed with tears? How many families were broken? How many young souls became homeless? How many innocent and precious lives lost for us to reach the conclusion? So what are we going to say to Allah?
And today I am here to tell you that Allah is yours too. I am here to tell you that your existence is not a coincidence, that a force greater than both of us has decided for you to exist, that the ever merciful and the indiscriminately compassionate is aware of your fears, your displacement, and your suffering, that the knower of the seen and the unseen has not forgotten you, despite the human limitations of others being unable to witness your loneliness, your confusion, and your pain.
I'm here to tell you that you are not a tragedy. Call me a heretic if you will, but I defy the notion that Islam is a faith of a broken heart. I defy the notion that sabr, patient perseverance, can be sold as a package of moral banality and ethical apathy towards human suffering and oppression.
Rather, sabr, the sabr of all the prophets before us, upon them be peace, is the radical notion that despite whatever resistance we may face in life, we will stand firm for the principles of godliness, the principles of justice and beauty and goodness.
So to those who are lost, displaced, silenced, feeling like the world has forsaken you, remember that Allah, the maker of the heavens and the earth, and all that is in it, has not forsaken you. Allah knows you, Allah hears you, and Allah loves you.
Is not empathy if it isn't for all. Justice is not justice if it isn't for all. And love is not love if it isn't for all. I will always stand by the queer creations of Allah, and I do this not in spite of my beliefs, but because of them.